Welcome to Adu Aspirants, our YouTube channel for competitive exams. In this video, we shall learn about Nationalism in India, Part 10, about the 1930 Dandi March, effects of the movement. About the 1930 Dandi March. The Dandi March, also known as the Salt March and the Dandi Satyagrah, was an act of non-violent civil disobedience led by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. The march lasted from 12th March 1930 to 6th April 1930 as a direct action campaign of tax resistance and non-violent protest against the British salt monopoly. On 12th March, Gandhiji set out from Sabarmati with 78 followers on a 241-mile march to the coastal town of Dandi on the Arabian Sea. There, Gandhi and his supporters were to defy British policy by making salt from seawater. At Dandi, thousands more followed his lead, and in the coastal cities of Bombay and Karachi, Indian nationalists led crowds of citizens in making salt. Civil disobedience broke out all across India, soon involving millions of Indians, and British authorities arrested more than 60,000 people. Gandhiji himself was arrested on 5th May, but the satyagrah continued without him. On 21st May, the poet Sarojini Naidu led 2,500 marchers on the Dharasna Salt Works, some 150 miles north of Bombay. The incident, recorded by American journalist Webb Miller, prompted an international outcry against British policy in India. In January 1931, Gandhiji was released from prison. He later met with Lord Evan, the Viceroy of India, and agreed to call off the Satyagrah in exchange for an equal negotiating role at a London conference on India's future. In August 1931, Gandhiji travelled to the conference as the sole representative of the Nationalist Indian National Congress. The meeting was a disappointment, but British leaders had acknowledged him as a force they could not suppress or ignore. 1930 Dandi March background. The Lahore Congress of 1929 had authorized the Congress Working Committee (CWC) to launch a program of civil disobedience including non-payment of taxes. On 26th January 1930, Independence Day was observed with the national flag being hoisted in different venues and patriotic songs being sung. In February 1930, CWC meeting at Sabarmati Ashram invested Gandhiji with full powers to launch the civil disobedience movement at a time and place of his choice. Gandhiji's ultimatum to Lord Evan, the Viceroy of India, 1926 to 1931, stating that the minimum demands had been ignored and there was only one way out, which is civil disobedience. Effects of the movement. Civil disobedience in different forms continued in different provinces. Special stress was laid on the boycott of foreign goods. In eastern India, payment of chowkidari tax was refused. This no tax campaign became very popular in Bihar. In Bengal, J.N. Sengupta defied government laws by reading openly the books banned by the government. Defiance of forest laws assumed a mass character in Maharashtra. The movement had taken a firm hold in provinces of UP, Orissa, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Assam. This brings us to the end of the video on Nationalism in India Part 10. Keep revising. The next video shall be uploaded soon.